Arsenal have extended their lead at the top of the Premier League to 5 points after beating Luton Town 4-3 in a breathtaking contest at Kenilworth Road on Tuesday night. The contest was a slow burner that livened up when a trio of Gabriels got their names on the scoresheet. Gabriel Martinelli's 20th minute opener was cancelled out just 5 minutes later by Gabriel Osho, before Gabriel Jesus restored Arsenal's lead on the stroke of half-time. Luton then turned the game on its head with 2 goals scored by Elijah Adebayo and Ross Barkley in an 8-minute period after the break, but their lead lasted just 2 minutes as Kai Havertz equalized with half an hour left to play. Let's go around the punditry world to hear what the experts are saying about Arsenal's epic last-ditch win versus Luton Town.
Yes! Woo! Look, I was just seeing this. Look, I was just looking at James Maddison. Look. I hate that he plays for Arsenal. And then Declan Rice scores. Oh, Serno.
You were going through the most tonight because first it was 4-1, then I'll take a draw, then this.
Wait there, right? You're not even talking about that we're at Stockley Park and that 2-2 when he thought Arsenal deserved the penalty. He ran into the corridor shouting to VAR. Like they could hear it. That was everything tonight.
You know something? That was again. You have to give Luton credit because I thought they really pushed us hard. But again, what I'm pleased about with the team, our young team, what we've learned from last year is that you have to go to the end and the quality will come through. You know, they gave Ødegaard too much time and space on the edge of the box there. We got people in the box and we were going for it. And, we came up with the goods right at the death, and that's what it's about, man. Don't take away the joy, man. That's the joy.
Joy. But you know what I found interesting about it, right, is that when the game become a little bit difficult in terms of when it at 3-3, when Luton got a little bit deeper, the players really sat deep. Ødegaard dropped a little bit deeper and pushed Declan Rice further forward to create from deeper positions. Yeah. So that was interesting. And
there's game management. From that. Game management and the fact that they're finding another way. Yeah. Finding another way, Farah. And that's what's good about it because, again, you take a draw from home, you win your home games, you take a draw from home, but it puts more pressure on the next game. But if you can take points away from home as well, win points away from home is fantastic.
Especially at Kenilworth Road, where they had been unbeaten in 2. Liverpool went there and didn't get the full haul of points. I think we're going to start with the goal that won this game for Arsenal. And Declan Rice and his importance to this team, how he's come in and just led.
Yeah, but he's got that praise. You look at Declan Rice and the way Declan Rice plays, he's never less than 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. He's consistent. And now, that's something that we know that he's got in his game as well. He can progress the ball. He can break up play. He can create chances and he can score goals as well. That's big game mentality right there, what we need. He's a massive difference to us this season. If anything, whatever we do this season, he's going to be a major part of any kind of success for us because he is driving us. He drives us.
I think we've seen, didn't we, all of these glimpses at West Ham and the different types of qualities that he has. He can sit in front of a backline and break up play, he can pass forward, he can carry the ball. But he wasn't doing it continuously, consecutive games. He wasn't able to do all of that because he probably didn't have the players around him. I think we're seeing a different version of Declan Rice in a much better Arsenal team that allow him to show his strengths off and certainly his aerial ability or, being able to make the box to get some goals. So I would expect Declan Rice to get a lot more goals this season for Arsenal in the role that he plays there.
Yeah, the numbers suggest that he scored 4 in the whole of last season. That was his 3rd goal already of this season.
There you go.
And I also just wanted to ask the question, you mentioned the word mentality, and so too did Wright. Just what did it take to win at that point when Luton had fought so hard and really went toe-to-toe with the Gunners?
Do you know what? It's probably you learn from disappointments and you learn from mistakes. And Arsenal, there was a period last season when they was on top and everybody thought that, they could really push City to that title. And then there was, a 3 or 4 game spell where they lost that momentum. Something just wasn't clicking for them. And I feel like you learn from those moments. And these players have gone through that heartache of, coming so close to the title. They're not going to let it happen again. And I think that this game here last season, they'd have probably come away with a point. The fact that I think they learn from experiences that they've been in, I think that's why they come, away with it all 3.
I think as well, George, when you see how they're celebrating there, and people will say, it's only Luton, you lot conceded 3 against Luton. But it's the significance of the win and the way they've won is why they are celebrating like they're celebrating at the moment. And this is where I say to people, to Arsenal fans, enjoy the moments like this. This team are going through it now. They know what they need to do. And this is why this is a vitally important win. You know, it would have been everybody would have been very disappointed if we drew this game. So to end up winning it because we went all the way to the end is what Arsenal need to do if they're going to put a serious challenge in. That's what has to happen.
Yeah, just the reactions, obviously contrasting ones as well. Declan Rice, the match winner. Mikel Arteta got a yellow card for running onto the field in the celebrations. And just looking at now, Rob Edwards as well, needing to just console his team who put up such a good fight today. It was a match where there were individual errors, a match where we'll look at goalkeeping performances as we break it down, and a match overall where we saw some fantastic goals.
Yeah, there were some good goals. There was also some really bad goalkeeping errors. But I think for Luton, they'll be deflated with this result. But if they are to look back at it, they'll also think, you know, if they were coming into this game, they probably wouldn't think they would have gone toe-to-toe with Arsenal and kept them and held them for as long as they did. So they can come away proud with something to build on, because Arsenal are one of the top teams in the Premier League. There's no denying that. They're not teams that they're expected to take points off. But they'll be disappointed that they come away with the defeat. Last header, I was going to say last kick.
That's what they've got to do,
last
Jules.
Kick of the game.
That's exactly what they've got to do, Julius. They've got, with that game, a team like Arsenal are trying to win the league. They fought them hard all the way. You know, they put us under pressure. Our goalkeeper was under pressure, and we buckled under that pressure. I think they showed us, Luton, a couple of things where people say, "Okay, you know what I mean? Let's try them on set pieces. Let's get more crosses into Arsenal's box." Because what Luton showed is that you can get at us.
Yeah, if you had to go into that Luton dressing room right now, what would you say to them they did very well tonight?
They did a lot well. I thought they were very organised. I thought they stuck to what looked like a good game plan to try and frustrate Arsenal players. They were trying to be aggressive. They obviously used and worked on set plays really well. They scored 2 from that. So they could take, I as a manager or as a player teammate, you'd want to take the positives from that. As I mentioned, it's not a game that they would have been expected to win, but they can build on that performance. And I think they have to at home. You know, at home is where they're going to pick their points up, whether it's against the top teams or the lesser teams in the league or teams around them. It's at home where they're going to pick up points. And if they are to stay in the Premier League, it will be won at their home ground. Let's
show you some of the goals, starting with what happened in the second half. First half, it was 2-1 to Arsenal at the break. 3 Gabbies on the score sheet. And this is the goal very early on in the second, Ian, that made it 2-2.
Yeah, as you can see there, I think, you know, Adebayo does very well, you know, out-muscles Declan Rice, but I'm thinking the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper there, if he's coming, he's got caught underneath it. He's got to be coming to punch that ball. I think that with the amount of bodies around him, there's no way he's going to be able to get to catch that. He should have made the decision early. And he's a very good claimer of crosses. He should have made his mind up early if he's coming to punch that ball, punch it behind him. And I think when you see him get caught underneath the header, which was a very good header, great strength he showed. You know, and it's an error. It's an error from the keeper in that respect.
Yeah, Farah, you said goalkeeping errors. You see another one for the Ross Barkley goal?
We did, and I think this one is worse, the worst of the two. I think, you know, Barkley obviously does really well here, carrying the ball forward, and he'd done this well throughout the game. He finds a pass, and eventually Arsenal get bodies behind the ball, but when this comes back to Ross Barkley here, he has absolutely no right, you know, to score from this angle here, and he hits it hard and low. But for me, he has to do better. He dives over the ball. The ball's already past him. Yeah. As I said, it's a fantastic run from Barkley. Carries the ball well. But when he's in this position, Barkley stays out. He doesn't even expect it to come. You can see Ben White over his shoulder. I can see him. When it comes out here to Ross Barkley, Ben White stands him up. He's probably thinking, show him down the line, show him on his weaker foot. But Ray, he's got to do better. That can't be going in, and it could have cost them, you know, 2 points. But luckily for Raya and Arsenal, you know, they managed to get the late winner. But this is poor goalkeeping.
He was walking off the field alongside Declan Rice, and equally probably relieved.
Thank you. I think that just in that instant as well, what Arsenal need to learn from that is that Ben White has to hold him up. He has to keep him up. You know, we know that Ross Barkley can go, so you want to put him down that side because Saka's coming. So Saka should be saying, get close to him. So if he does come back, I'll deal with him here, but get closer to him. I didn't like the fact that there was too much space. He shouldn't even have had time to get that shot in. So those are the things, again, you look at it and you're going to nitpick. You want to say, no, we've got to get tighter to Ross Barkley there. Goalkeeper's got to do better. But in the main, we've got to stop that shot.
All right, let's look at 3-3. Kai Havertz on the score sheet for the third time in 4 matches in all competitions for him then. It's the hard work by Jesus.
Jesus using his strength, using his body, using his experience, and then a little bit of class and composure, you know, when he's off balance as well, Farah. You know, when you look at it, you know, he's all over, he's holding, he's getting his body in the right place, and there just gets that little, that's the quality.
That's the difference, isn't it? You know, if you are going to go on and compete for the title and win it, the composure, these are the moments in games when you're 3-2 down where you need that little bit of ice coolness inside the box and, you know, create a chance like you did there for Havertz. Yeah,
was the finish simple? Was the harder work more in the run and the timing of it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, because like the goalkeeper, in that instance, I think Jesus' ball is so good, it kind of almost tempts the goalkeeper out, but he's not quite close enough. And then Havertz just needs to get there, just in front of him, just gets there quicker.
Yeah. Thoughts on Kai Havertz in total?
I really like him. I mean, I'm a Chelsea fan, so I loved him at Chelsea. You know, upset when he left because I think there's qualities within Havertz that, you know, I think people, unless you know football, you don't really see. He's a fantastic footballer, and he's starting to find his feet now at Arsenal, and he's appreciated by his teammates and his manager, I think, which helps. The fans like him, and I think, you know, you've got to be patient with him, and it's trying to find out what is his superpower, what is it that he does? Is he a creator? Is he somebody that's going to get, you know, 20+ goals? What is it that he does? Because
at the moment,
he's
a goal
footballer,
scorer.
he is, but, you know, he's scored, 4 now in the last, however many, but he's a fantastic footballer on the eye to watch. He has fantastic talent.
A little bit of frustrating moment because he had a header opportunity as well.
Well, it was one of those that, again, you know, it's a great chance at the death. You know, Luton are now dropping deep. They're starting to try and hang on in the game, and it was a great cross. And I think that it was something where, you know, his technique, he got it all wrong. I think this is something that's got to come off of his forehead. In the end, it comes off the top of his head and it went over the bar, but in the end, it didn't matter.
All right, we're going to go live now to Kenilworth Road because we have Declan Rice standing by for us. 3-3 at that point in time, and we thought a share of the spoils at Kenilworth Road. You had other ideas, Declan. Just tell us about that last-minute winner and what it means to the team.
Well, first of all, it means everything. You know, to get the 3 points tonight, to keep that momentum building is massive. And from a personal point of view, you know, to score that goal, you know, to clutch that moment, to fight and compete for the ball like I did, and knowing it was the last kick of the game. I've not actually seen it yet.
Well, here you go.
Yeah.
You can see it on my face, to be honest with you. Like, it's the first time I love when I score. I just watch it back all the time because I don't score a lot. I'm going to be watching this all night. But that feeling of scoring and, you know, the away end going crazy, all the boys coming up to me. You know, I'm just taking it all in still now. It's been a crazy 20 minutes since the game's ended. You know, it's such a big moment for us.
Declan, you have a big smile on your face. I think matched or probably bettered only by Ian Wright, who's in the studio, and he has a question for you.
Declan, I was just pleased to see you getting up in the box. Did they tell you to go up, or was it the fact that Luton just dropped deeper and it's like, you know, it might as well take the opportunity to go forward?
Yeah, you're spot on. I think I would have been on the edge of the box there trying to control a counter-attack. But I knew it was the last kick of the game. It was in the 97th minute when the ball went back to mine. It was about getting myself back on side and then competing for that ball, you know, fighting for that ball for my life, and knowing that whether it dropped to me or another teammate, we was going to give it everything to try and put it in the net. And luckily enough, it was a great header into the bottom corner. And as you can see, I'm buzzing.
they look very physical. You know, it looked like a very tough game. Luton, they played very, very well. Ross Barkley in particular.
Yeah, I thought Ross was the best player on the pitch, if I'm being honest with you. I said that to him after the game. He was outstanding. He's always been a top quality player. I don't think Luton should be overlooked at all. So he had a bit of a slow start to the season, but the way they played tonight, the way they've been playing recently, great bunch of lads as well. I think they can do really good things this season, and they give us a massive test tonight. You're spot on.
Yeah, and very nice, of course, with everyone else playing tomorrow night and on Thursday to have got the job done. Dramatic fashion, but it's job done. And a little bit of breathing room now at the top. Declan?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just watching the video again, sorry. Yeah, like you said, I think to be 5 points clear going into, obviously, tomorrow's fixtures is really good. But look, only 15 games played, 38 overall, so we've got to stay focused, keep ticking one off at a time and see where the season can go.
Nice.
Listen, enjoy the moments, enjoy the celebration and the video. Jollof rice all the way. He's going to be. How many times do you think you're going to be watching that over and over? You more or Wrighty more?
I think I'm watching it at least 100 times.
All right, well done tonight, Declan Rice. Thank you so much for joining us. The match winner for Arsenal at Kenilworth Road. We've had reactions from Kenilworth Road. We're going to have some more for you.
Are those 3 points tonight?
Yeah, so happy, obviously. We knew it was going to be a big battle here, and we made it harder for ourselves, the way we conceded the goals, obviously, but the spirit of the team, how we fought, the quality that we showed in the right moments, and never give up. It's all about that. We're willing to win every game, we take risks, we go for it, and we got rewarded big time today.
4 goals scored, but 3 conceded. Is that a concern, the first time in the league this season?
It happens, credit to them as well. You know, opponents prepare things against us. The delivery was excellent, the finishing was excellent, and sometimes we just need to applaud the opponent because they do what they did, and big credit to them because they are a really difficult side to beat. So big compliments the way they played as well because it was a tough night.
There's a lot of talk about the goalkeeper situation at the moment. Is it fair to say that 2 of the goals were gifted to Luton?
I'm so happy with the team.
Have you spoken to David Raya? Has he said anything?
I spoke with all of them. They are all jumping there, so happy. So I'm really happy manager today.
And before the game, Declan Rice said these are the games that you have to win if you want to win the Premier League. Would you agree with him?
Yeah, and the previous one because you need a lot of points to win the Premier League. Again, it's a really difficult place to come to win 6 in a row like we've done in different ways today. You have to find a way to win it when you haven't done certain things, especially in your box, and we've done it.
It was Declan Rice with the header, with the winning goal, a man for the big moments. Could he make the difference this season?
Well, he's already making a big impact in the team, and those moments are special. He has this quality, this aura about him to create those moments, and I will give him even more confidence.
Will you be watching Liverpool and City in action tomorrow on Amazon Prime?
I love football, so I watch as many games as my wife allows me to.
Is that many?
That's quite a lot, yeah. I have the support of my boys, so normally it's good.
Brilliant. Mikel, thank you. Well done tonight.
Thank you very much.
Very happy Mikel Arteta because at the top of the table, Arsenal are 5 points clear. One answer he refused to give, he properly swerved that question, was about the goalkeeper. We've already done the criticism today of those 2 goals that we felt he should have done better in. Just interesting to hear the manager saying, I'm happy, and not really wanting to talk about it.
Of course, he's going to avoid those questions, right? He just said he brought Raya in, to be or to fight for that number 1 spot. So you're going to protect your players, which, all good managers would do. And they've won. So I think he's not lying in saying that they're in there jumping around, because we saw the reaction at the end of the game. Raya was the first player to go up to Declan Rice and arm round him and celebrate. So I think they will be in there celebrating that 3 points because it's a huge 3 points. And I think you might have got a different answer maybe if the 2 errors led to a draw or a defeat. I think the fact that they probably just, sweep it under the carpet and move on to the next.
That's a good point, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's also, we see the camera going to Aaron Ramsdale every time there is a narrative that's been created, and it is a big talking point.
Yeah.
And I think for Arteta to then make a change, he'd have to admit he's made a mistake or he was wrong in the first place.
Well, this is why, it's a tough question for him to answer. And I totally understand that the interviewer has to ask the question, but you've got to remember that he's the one that brought this on the team, brought it on the club, and bringing a goalkeeper in that he's made his number 1. So if that goalkeeper then makes a mistake and you ask him about it, he's probably going to swerve the question. So at the end of the day, all that will do, it will probably galvanise him to continue to play him and have the faith in him. But at the same time, the main thing is Arsenal winning and the team winning, and that's all he'll be thinking about right now, Mikel.
And yet, at the end of the day, it's a 4th Premier League win in a row for Arsenal. They found a way to win, Ian.
Well, that's what you have to do, and especially you're chasing down a Manchester City side who we know when they get to the second part of the season, like you get into the Februarys, and they go on that run. And I think that all Arsenal have to do is stay in touch as long as they can. And games like this, I think that would have been a definitely big 2 points dropped if they didn't get that. So, you have to stay in the games, and you have to, in the right moments, the quality comes through, and you have to punish teams. And unfortunately for Luton, again, they'll learn a harsh lesson that, when you're playing with players of this quality, you can't give them an inch because they'll take advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Arsenal 4-3 winners at Kenilworth Road. In the second, our latest kickoff tonight, we had a double-header, don't forget, earlier on at Molineux. One goal was enough to win it for Wolves. Hee-Chan Wang with the only goal, the match winner, it turned out, against Burnley. Plenty more goals at Kenilworth Road, those 7 in total, including the very, very late one from Declan Rice to earn all 3 points for Arsenal. That's got Wrighty dancing in the studio here. So many more games to come on Wednesday night and 2 on Thursday as well. We are going back-to-back in the Premier League. It's festive season football, and we have had a feast of it from Kenilworth Road tonight. Let's look at what that means at the top of the Premier League table. It means Arsenal have a little breathing room, a cushion over Liverpool, who are in action tomorrow night. 31 points for the Reds, 36 now for the Gunners after that last gasp victory. Manchester City a further point behind on 30, and Aston Villa into the top 4 there with 29 points. Chelsea make up the top 10. Bottom half of the table, Luton had hoped to give themselves some breathing room on those bottom 3, not able to do so, so they are on 9 points. Everton, Burnley and Sheffield United all in the drop zone.
A 4-3 win for Arsenal tonight, and we're just catching our breath here after the cataclysmic events that we've witnessed over the last few minutes there. We're also trying to figure out exactly what that word means. I think we got there in the end. So it's over to Man City and Liverpool now. Tomorrow night, they're both playing, and we'll be showing those games live on Premier Sports, also Man United, Chelsea. Don't think any of them are going to, well, let's not undersell them. Maybe they will, but they'll be doing well to match the drama we saw today. Let's go back to the early stages of that second half when it really caught fire. Arsenal were 2-1 up at half-time. Pretty quickly, they were 3-2 down. And questions over the goalkeeper for both goals, Shay.
Yeah, he's had a poor game. There's no getting away from that. And obviously part of the goalkeepers' union. Maybe I've left the building now, but what happens here, from we get a bit technical on the goalkeeping side of things, but he gets there too early. So he's there now, stand and jump. And the striker, Adebayo, is coming obviously with pace, and he's got to run and jump on him. So as a young goalkeeper, say, delay your run to come and collect that, and then come late and fast and get high up and catch the ball at the highest point. So he gets there too early, and then it's a stand and jump, and he's got no chance.
Looking at it, you're thinking he's not being physical enough there, but you're saying that's a technical, it's
I
a
think it's
timing
definitely
issue.
It's a timing thing.
And you can be physical if you're running out.
We used to always count in my head when the ball left the corner, taker went out, he took the corner. 2 seconds, you had relax in your head before you actually make any movement. So what happens then, you keep you nice and still, and then you go fast, because momentum, you can go higher up as well with the spring, and he's there too early standing. It's not good.
Second goal wasn't good. The second goal of that half for Luton wasn't good from the goalkeeper's point of view either, Damien.
Yeah, listen, it's well worked here from Barkley, who had a superb game tonight, breaking forward from midfield. It's probably the best I've seen Barkley play in a long time, and he finds Andros Townsend inside, and he just holds his position. Andros works it well and gets it out to him, and he stands up Ben White and he just holds him a little step over there. See that little step over? And again, you got to go back to the goalkeeper. I'm not going to throw my tuppence worth in there with Shay. Shay will give us a technical breakdown of that. My reasoning would be, why can't he just go for it with his feet? He actually moves his left foot out of the way. Shay's, feel free to correct me on that if you want.
Well, this is probably the best angle here. I mean, you just got to save it. You got to keep it out. When it's this close, you got to keep it out.
Are they not quite tricky, the ones close to your body? That's what we hear.
It's more difficult to actually do what he tried there, to sweep your legs out of the way and get your arms down. It's too difficult. Now, how often do we see it? And the goalkeepers work on a daily basis of making foot saves. So you're in a set position. You just open your left foot and you keep it out. That's the most important thing. And again, there'll be big question marks now after the game.
Completely,
and
you were raising them before the game. There was a story that Ramsdale might be interested in going to Newcastle in January because they need a goalkeeper there. If you're Aaron Ramsdale now, and if you're his dad, who might get on, we don't know, he might get on social media as well, would you be saying, just bide your time because you could get back in here ahead of Raya?
Yeah, I mean, it's a talking point, and it's probably a talking point even more so after tonight's game, because these goals are 2 mistakes. There's no way of me sort of dressing up any other way. It's 2 poor errors from Raya, of course it is, and if Arteta sticks to his words at what he said at the start, then that man should probably play the next game.
Is there not an argument you made that, like, with the win, it'll get swallowed up a little bit? Like, if they lost that 3-2, it would be front and centre.
I would have said before the break, the Rice goal, obviously, that header, the 2 points makes such a big difference, but if you flip it the other way, if it stayed at 3-3, the 2 points drop, people will be going, Raya, oh my goodness, he's cost us. He could have cost the title.
Yeah, and it could be just written off now as he's had a poor night and he'll be in again next week, so the spotlight is taken off him ever so slightly, but now he has got to be squeaky clean between now and the rest of the season.
Well, let's move the spotlight on to the good stuff that happened for Arsenal. Kai Havertz, who's starting to find his feet a little bit, he got the equaliser.
Yeah, listen, I'm never quite sure what Kai Havertz is. He's got a great skill set, but Gabriel Jesus does well here. backing in. Mengi doesn't do well, and what a beautiful little ball. I'm not sure what Kai Havertz is, but he scores goals.
Yeah,
That's the point I'm getting to. You know, he drifts in and he can finish. You know, the game sometimes might look like it's passing him by, but my God, he does pop up with goals. And you know, Gabriel Jesus, in fairness to him, here we go. You know, Mengi just gets caught wrong side. Great strength by Jesus, and then deft little touch into his path. And he's nice and brave there, because he would have seen the goalkeeper coming out. You know, it's tough there when someone like Jesus is short and backing into as a centre back, gets in underneath you, and you can't really hold your ground. And he pops it into his path, and it's a neat and tidy finish.
Good night for Gabriel Jesus there as well. He obviously got his goal in the first half and a lovely touch there. That's the kind of stuff we know he does, and obviously if he gets enough goals like he did in the first half, then
he rolled Mengi, as Damien said. I think Mengi got too tight, didn't he? And it's a brilliant ball. The touch, the ball into Havertz was absolutely perfect. And again, it's 3 goals in 4 games for Kai Havertz now, so maybe it was a £65 million bargain on.
Could have been. Well, it is if he delivers him the title, if he pops up with a few more of those.
True.
And Declan Rice has had a couple of big moments already. This is absolutely huge for him and for Arsenal.
Well, again, he was brilliant all night. You know, we talk about the sort of dirty side of things in midfield and breaking things up and tackles and stuff. But again, if you want someone, a leader, someone with character, I mentioned before the game, he's a leader on the pitch, he's a leader off the pitch. But what this does here is shows the people they're not beaten till they're beaten. And someone of Declan Rice's character, you see his little movements trying to lose the defender. But his desire to go and head that over top of the defender, and how important is that goal? I mean, the lift that will give the whole football club. Declan Rice, brilliant all night.
Look how late it is as well, Damien.
Yeah, but look, you know what I love it? He goes and gets it. It's not like he's just wandered into between 2 centre-backs and it's landed plumb on his head. He knows it's under hit and he goes and gets it right round the front of Osho. But Odegaard's ball in was absolutely superb. Ball just rolled back to him, didn't think twice, just a lovely little spin ball into an area. And as I said, Declan Rice picked up the flight of it and went and got it, and that shows great desire.
Amazing scenes. It looked like Arteta might be fancying joining those celebrations until he was pulled back there. Really good scenes from an Arsenal point of view. And we have got their match winner standing by alongside a player making his 200th appearance for the club, Bukayo Saka.
What a game, Dec. What a header to win that. Try and firstly sum up that game for me.
Exactly what I said before the game. You know, Luton are a top side. You know, they can no way be overlooked in this league because of the quality that they've got. You know, they made us pay tonight on set pieces, us being sloppy at the back. But for us to obviously score last minute and keep that momentum building is, you know, it's massive for us in this season.
Big players turn up in the big moments, don't they, Bukayo? Great teams win when not at their best. Why do you think Arsenal did struggle to execute your game plan tonight? Do you think the atmosphere added to it?
Obviously, everyone knows it's not an easy place to come, but I wouldn't say we didn't perform our best today. I felt we created a lot of chances. Obviously, Luton are always going to have their way of playing, you know, with their fans and their direct play, long balls and stuff like that. But yeah, I think we conceded 2 set pieces, but apart from that, I feel like we was in control most of the game.
5 points clear now at the top. Are these the decisive moments in the season?
Yeah, look, I think you've got to take it every game as it comes. Obviously, he was here last year when they were 8 points clear. I feel like we've learnt a lot as a group, especially with me coming in and understanding the team. Look, there's so many good teams in this league this year, and anything can happen. It's just about us, not worrying about anyone else, and just keep doing what the manager wants, and that's, you know, ticking the games off and keep getting 3 points each week.
5th goal for Arsenal in stoppage time this season. Is that a good stat or a bad stat?
I mean, if we're winning, then it's a good stat. We'll take it.
And it's your 200th appearance for Arsenal, Bukayo. A memorable one?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's no better way to play your 200th appearance for Arsenal, you know, the club that I love. And yeah, to get a win like that, I'm so happy. So it's a brilliant night for me.
And Dec, did you know that header was going in?
To be honest with you, we was knocking on the door, and when the ball got rolled back to Martin, the guy was, you know, was man marking me, and I just kind of shifted him that way, and then went off his back shoulder, and you know, I attacked it, and you know,
he knew it was going.
Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Look, it went in the bottom corner, and in them moments you look back on. To be honest with you, I'm taking it all in because. Yeah, what a game, and obviously scored the winners. Yeah, it's an honour. Yeah,
you scored the winner, and Bukayo, you set up the first as well, didn't you? Those decisive moments, you took that throw so quickly, you knew exactly what you were doing.
Yeah, I saw the space, and yeah, we exploited it and got a goal from it. So yeah, you don't always get space in games like this. So when you see it, you have to take it with both your hands.
Hopefully not your hands, though.
Not my hands, my feet, yeah.
A big 3 points. Congratulations. Well done, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks.
Looks like he's still trying to process it himself, Declan Rice in particular there, doesn't he?
Yeah, they look buzzing. They were giggling while the others were speaking. So you can imagine the high they're on now, winning a game like that late, to go 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League, right on the cusp of Christmas. Brilliant.
Did I predict 4-3, was it?
No, definitely not.
3-2. Close enough.
I don't think anybody would predict a 4-3, would they?
We're going to show you what happened in the other game tonight. It does have a big bearing on Luton. Arsenal did not have it all their own way during that first half, but they got there in the end. 2-1 up at half-time. Shay and Damien are with me here. Damien, what did you make of the first half?
Pretty good, you know. Luton gave it a much better goal than what they did on Saturday against Brentford. They're up for the fight. You know, they have a good structure about them, but they're working harder in that structure. I felt that's what they didn't do at Brentford. They were very static in it. They're putting pressure on Arsenal, but Arsenal are coming up with the answers, aided by Luton's mistakes, of course.
Particularly with the first goal, that was fairly self-inflicted by Luton.
Yeah, I mean, the first 20 minutes, you know, Luton were in it, like they were getting lots of tackles, they were pressure, but this back pass is horrendous from Bell. I mean, the keeper puts the keeper under severe pressure, and that's all he can do, and to be honest, to Kaminsky can just get out of play. But here, Doherty, no way the throw can go in there, like it's just crazy that he lets the throw go inside him. You know, it's got to go back, if anything. Again, it's a terrible back pass.
But then he maybe got there a bit quicker and taken a touch.
Who,
or
the goalkeeper?
even maybe just let the ball go out.
But see, now the defending here, Doherty cannot let the ball go in there. I don't know what he's thinking, like if he's just switched off for a second. But that's the last place the ball can go to here.
It's a great bit of movement by Saka. A little shimmy to fake as if he's going towards it, and then spins on the backside of him. I know he can't let him in there.
It's just like crazy, like.
But he's obviously so front foot. He's trying to get pressure on Saka, but Saka's just sold him and got the other side of him. And a neat and tidy finish by Martinelli.
Yeah, Saka on his 200th appearance as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's a brilliant player. We said before the game, what a class player. He comes alive and the ball goes out of play.
Damien, you were telling us all about the Arsenal set piece prowess before the game.
Best in the league, yeah, and they
didn't quite work out.
Yeah, listen, it's an outswinger. Gary's nailed it in commentary there, and Martinelli's one marking. Osho, obviously, you know, they're half zonal, half man marking. You see the three big lads there: Havertz, Gabriel, and Saliba, and I think it's just Gabriel 6 gets sucked in, beats him. And Martinelli's not expecting it, because as soon as it clears all the bodies, it pretty much lands on Osho's head, and Osho is expecting it. Martinelli's on his heels. But what a good header this is, by the way. Plumb on his forehead, arcs it right in, goalkeeper no chance. It's a really good goal from Luton's point of view, and I felt they deserved it after 25 minutes.
You were saying on Saturday that you like when there's a bit of half zonal, half man marking, but it didn't quite work out there.
No, I mean the job of the guys who are man marking is to, you know, upset the runs, the timing, to distort the timing, and then the three zone, it's their job, pick up, fly the ball and go and attack it. Unfortunately for Arsenal, I think it was Gabriel got sucked in underneath it.
So things are looking pretty good then, Shay. And just to bury you as well, you were saying that Gabriel Jesus doesn't give you enough goals. he gave you one there, a nice finish. All the good work really done by Ben White.
Yeah, we feel for Luton, because if you look at the clock in the top left-hand corner as well, it's just right on half-time, you know. So, I mean, again, it's poor defending. I think it's Brown. He has Ben White on his sight, and he just watches the ball, switches off, and yes, it's a brilliant ball from Ben White, and Jesus is free as a bird. I'd fancy myself nearly to score that, you know, but we talk about they're playing three centre halves. Mengi gets sort of dragged across, and then you're looking at the fullback, Kabori. Can he get across to Jesus, because he's got one eye on Martinelli, and you know, it's a brilliant stand-up, don't get me wrong, Owen. It's a brilliant stand-up, and all he's got to do is put his head on. But, you know, if it goes over Kabori's head, Martinelli's less danger than Jesus right in the middle of your goal. Can the wing-back get round and cover? Perhaps, but we talk about the quality that Arsenal have, and, you know, it's a brilliant goal from them.
It's a lovely one, isn't it, for Jesus' point of view?
They work it well out on that side of Arsenal, but when you're playing three centre-backs, one can get dragged out, and the benefit of playing three is you still have two in the middle of the goal. Unfortunately, both Osho and Mengi got attracted to Kai Havertz, and then the stand-up ball, which is a thing of beauty from Ben White. I mean, that is just beautiful, the way he just stands it up, and Gabriel Jesus arrives bang on cue.
Yeah, his first goal for a while, and he looked to add to that tally after.